Hello there, welcome back to Jennie Designs with Paper, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel again today. I have an art journal video for you, so get comfy and let's get crafty. This is the mid-month mini mission for August 2022 for the Mission Inspiration Facebook group. The randomly selected letter was C, and Mike has generously provided a few inspiration words, which very obviously, if you know me, chocolate is going to be the thing I go to. So I have pulled out from my stash, I have my printed inspiration card. I have a piece of cardboard because that is one of our C words. I have my art journal page, which is about 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of mixed media paper. And then I have a collection of chemistry papers from Jelly Bean Soup. This is a really old scrapbook paper set. I've had these bits and pieces in my pattern paper, my scrapbook paper collection for a long time, and it was the perfect time to pull them out. So my first plan of attack is to adhere a piece of that pattern paper to the front of my art journal page, and I will be using Liquitex Gel Medium. This is a matte finish medium. There we go. A matte finish medium. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that with my brush. I did throw my big chip brush away because it got all stiff and it was making adding a little more texture than I wanted sometimes. So I'm just going to cover this art journal page with the gel medium, and then I am going to put the pattern paper down on top of it. So this pattern paper has some chemistry compound equation kind of things on it. And while chocolate might be my favorite thing in the world, chemistry is not even on the list. Sorry, all you scientists. My favorite kind of chemistry is the kind that requires baking. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down and dry it off so that I can trim it out. I'm going to use my paper trimmer. I think I need a new blade again already. I was cutting some cardboard and that kind of dulls the blade quite quickly. So I used my paper trimmer for this one, but at the end I think I'm just going to pull out my scissors. Okay, so now that I'm all trimmed down and I have my excess pattern paper cut off, I am going to add some color to the edges. So I've pulled out my archival ink. This is technically called potting soil, but it's kind of a chocolatey brown, so we're going with it, and I am just going to ink up the edges. So I've got to tell you that by far, this might be one of my favorite pages. And not just because it's chocolate themed, but I just really like how the page itself turned out. I didn't have a layout plan, I had an element plan. So that's just kind of what I went with. So I have been adding chipboard letters to my mini mission pages this year because I found them in my stash when I was cleaning and reorganizing earlier this year. So my next plan, now that I've colored or added that chocolate ink to my C, is I went onto Pinterest for some inspiration, and I found this super cute picture that has the chemical makeup of chocolate. Now, obviously, it's not really the chemical makeup of chocolate, or maybe it is. I don't know. I didn't research it, but it has chemical elements for each of the letter combinations for the word chocolate. I am going to add them to some cardboard for, to add cardboard, but also to give them just a little bit of height off of my art journal page. So I'm going to stick them to the cardboard, these little cutout squares, to the cardboard with some gel medium and go right over the top of them. And then I'm going to dry that off and trim them out with a pair of scissors. So I have this short pair of Tim Holtz scissors that work very much like the long pair I have. And I really like these scissors because both handle holes are large. And when you are a grown-up and you have fat fingers or fatter than kindergartner fingers, scissors with bigger thumb holes are really a nice touch. And also the handles are cushy, so that's kind of nice too. I'm going to go ahead and trim these letters down, and then I am going to ink blend the edges of these letter tiles as well. So they're about the size of a Scrabble tile. I don't know, maybe 1 inch by 3/4. But I love that they are in varying shades of brown plus the cream for white chocolate, which, okay, white chocolate isn't really chocolate. It's not my favorite at all. But we're just going to move on from that. And then I have some other elements to add to the layout of my page. So I also have, I'm trying to figure out where I want these. And I think I want the chemical compound tiles across the top third of my page. I'm not even going to pretend that they're going to go on there straight. But I also have in my stash a die from Honeybee Stamps that cuts out this kind of hexagon pattern. And it's kind of perfect when you're talking chemistry and molecular combinations, right? So I am going to add these little, we're going to call them molecule groupings for the sake of this page. I'm going to add one to the top right corner and one to the bottom left corner, just kind of as a, I don't know, it's not really a border, but it is kind of just as an element. We're just going to call it an element. And I am putting them down with my gel medium. And this is why I like gel medium, because it doesn't leave shiny surfaces on the top of my ephemera or on bits and bobs and pieces that I put onto my page. So now that I have these all glued on, I want to add this. So this is another kind of chocolatey picture that I found on Pinterest. And so I'm going to use the insides of this honeycomb die cut to kind of recreate that other molecule piece. And I'm just using my little pickup stick to arrange them. Now, to be fair, these little hexagons are 6-sided, and a number of those molecule pieces from that photograph are 5-sided. So I'm just making it work. I contemplated for a minute trying to trim them down and thought, never mind that. We are going for the look and the experience, not for the exactness. Because like I already said, chemistry and our relationship starts and ends with chocolate chip cookies and brownies. And maybe occasionally a birthday cake. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes bread. It's all about the carbs. My chemistry love is all about the carbs. So I have this little grouping I'm going to add to the middle of the paper. Or the middle of my page rather. And I am going to go ahead and put that down with my gel medium again. And I have to remember which direction to line them up. Like I said, I'm not going for exact. I'm just going for representative. We're going for representational art. So sorry if you can hear my big clock. It's coming on 12:45 here. And it's a quiet time in my house. Everybody's at school. Even my college girl is at class today. So I didn't have to shut my craft room door to do a voiceover. All right. And then my camera was full and I didn't hear it beep because my house is never that quiet. And so here's where we are. I have the molecule put on. I have the chocolate label put on. They are both adhered down with the gel medium. I'm going to go ahead and heat set that down real quick. Heat set that onto my page really quick. And make sure that my little molecule elements are down. And then I need to add the writing on the element. So I've pulled up the photograph on my computer, which is in front of me. You can't see that, but I can see that. And I've got a white jelly pen. This is a number 8 jelly roll pen. And I'm adding some, I don't know what the little lines are that connect the elements in a molecule together. I'm lucky I remember the word molecule from high school science. Yeah, that's where I am. But I'm adding the lines in, and then I'm going in and writing the chemical compounds. And it's kind of small. You can't really see it. Hopefully at the end in the zoomed up picture, you can kind of see that. And then I realized I've left one out mistakenly because I was trying to go for a more organic shape because, you know, it looks better, but it's still kind of an odd number, so it should still look okay. And then I'm going to add the rest of my molecule bits and pieces. And I love how it turned out. It is so cool. And who knew that, okay, I knew that everything had a molecule and a chemical compound, but how fun is it that somebody smarter than me went ahead and put this on Pinterest so I could copy it for them or copy it from them. I love it. Who would have thought to put the chemical compound of chocolate together in some photograph? Probably some high school chemistry teacher trying to get her students excited about chemistry, right? because she had people like me, or he had people like me in their class. I am going to add my chipboard C, my cardboard C to my page. And then I just need to punch holes, add the backing, and we're nearly finished. So I have lined up my paper puncher, and I'm just punching the holes through the back side because that's where I can see they are already lined up. And I am going to add this molecule paper to the background. I did not have any more of the paper, the same paper to the front, or a large enough piece of it to go on the back. So I figured this chocolate brown molecule print would be perfect as well. This is a really cool pattern paper stack, and I purchased it specifically for, I have a friend who is a physicist, and his wife, well, we have some friends, some family friends. They're like our family that you choose instead of the family you're born to, right? And he is a physicist. And for his birthday one year, I created a physicist or a physics card, and saw this paper in a scrapbook store before they all closed in my area. Anyway, short story long, this is an old paper collection. And I was really happy that I still had some in my collection when it came time to do this art journal page. Okay, punching the holes in the back of the paper. Got to flip that over so I can see the holes. There we go. Got to punch the holes in the right side so it will fit into my 3-ring binder. And I'm going to flip this over and add my prompt card. But first, so chocolate, well, I've got the C, obviously. I've got the chocolate in lots of ways and shapes and forms. I've got some chemistry going on in there. I've got some cardboard going on in there. So I think I did pretty decent. You know, I didn't shoot to get all of the elements this time because my brain was very clearly focused on the chocolate part. Because how can you think about something else when chocolate is involved? I am going to just tape the prompt card down here to the back of my art journal page. That way I can remember a little bit about why I created what I created, and I'm going to sign the bottom so that I can remember when I created this page, even though the prompt card literally says August 2022. But now I know that I made it. I did this page in August of 2022. Here I've kind of zoomed in a little bit so you can see the writing on that molecule. The gel pen did smear a little bit, but that's okay. I still really like the page. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I hope you enjoyed this art journal page. I have added a couple of other videos here for you to watch, as well as a subscribe button. If you have not done so already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment and a thumbs up, and have a great day.